Good morning, friends. Today we are going to start with the topic that is known as good laboratory practices. So, in that context, we are going to see the next slide. We should see first when and why the GLP or the good laboratory practices were created. Okay, good laboratory practices were first introduced in New Zealand and Denmark in 1972, and later in the US in 1978 in response to the industrial biotest laboratory scandal. Okay, this good laboratory practices was not put forward by the uh, these nations such as New Zealand, Denmark, and US because for a good reason, because it was a good reason, but in context with the scandals only the GLP was introduced. Now in the early 70s, FDA became aware of cases of poor laboratory practices all over the United States. Okay, means what? In various types of nations, in the laboratories of pharmaceutical industries, people, when they are working as an individual, they skip most of the steps while performing the tests or the experiments. So to cope up or to keep an eye over the laboratory practices which are being conducted, this good laboratory practices was introduced. Okay, they discovered a lot fraudulent activities and a lot of poor lab practices, because of which this good laboratory practices was created. Now examples of these poor lab practices found were: first, poor practices which were performed was the uh, equipment not being calibrated to standard forms, therefore giving wrong measurements. Okay, means what? They found that whenever the audit was performed, they found that the laboratory personnel are not were not calibrating the instruments, or the equipments were not validated. So next reason was incorrect and inaccurate accounts of the actual lab study. Okay, means what? The data was fake. The data which was created was fake. Means what? They skipped the processes, they didn't perform the experiments actually, but the data was present with them. So inadequate test systems. So test systems were also not adequate and very up to the mark, so that the quality of the product will be enhanced. So that's why the good laboratory practices were introduced. Next, good laboratory practices is a formal regulation created by US FDA. US FDA means what? United States Food and Drug Administration. Okay, as these regulations were proposed on November 19 in 1976 and designated as a new part of chapter number 21 of the Code of Federal Regulations as 21 CFR Part 58 in 1979. This is the legal aspect of the US FDA, in which chapter it is there. Good laboratory practices in chapter number 21 it is present, and it was introduced in 1979. It is a long way back. These good laboratory practices were introduced in US and other countries, in Denmark as well as in New Zealand. Okay, in 1981 an organization named OECD was introduced, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, which produce GLP principles that are international standards. Okay, this organization, they put forward the uh, principles of the international standards of good laboratory practices. Now GLP in OECD principles is defined as, this is the actual definition of good laboratory practices: it is a quality system concerned with the organizational process and the conditions under which non-clinical health and environmental safety studies are planned, performed, and monitored, recorded, archived, and reported. Okay, so this is the definition of good laboratory practices. Now, why GLP was created? It was initially invoked in the reaction to malpractices in the laboratories conducting safety experiments of medicines. Now, in the early 1970s, research laboratories in the USA found doing work in the unethical ways, like data generation without conduct of the study, falsification of the laboratory work, replacement of dead animals, and fabrication of test results, etc. These are the falsification of the data or the experiments which were conducted over here. Now, GLP, what it assures? It assures that the data are a true reflection of results obtained from the studies. Okay, Preclinical safety and residue safety is being performed. Generation of high quality and reliable test data is being done. Then mutual acceptance of data, that it increases public confidence. Then it shortens the time to market for new products. Okay. What are the disadvantages of GLP? More manpower is required for good laboratory practices. It is an expensive process and time consuming process, but it gives good results. Okay, good laboratory practices. Now, what are the objectives of good laboratory practices? GLP makes sure that the data submitted are true reflection of the results obtained from the studies. Then GLP makes sure that the data is traceable. Data is traceable means what? Whenever the product is dispatched to the consumer, if the consumer has any complaint and if he lodges a complaint against that particular product and that industry, then they can archive the data and then they can trace what was the problem in that particular product at that time in that batch. Okay, it promotes international acceptance of the tests. So this so because of which we because of the good laboratory practices only we can export the product to other countries. Next, these are the GLP. What are the principles of GLP? Quality assurance program. Apparatus, materials and reagents should be adequate. Test system should be there. Test and reference substances should be there. Standard operating procedures should be used. Then facilities should be adequate. Then performance of the study should be very up to the mark. Then reporting of the study results should be accurate. Then storage and retention of records and material should be done appropriately, and testing facility and organization and personnel should be done at regular intervals. Okay, so these are the principles of GLP. Now, how to practice the GLP? There are general provisions over there. Organization and personnel should then facilities, then equipment, then testing facilities operation, test and control articles, protocol for and the conduct of the study, then records and reports. These are the parameters which should be followed for good laboratory practices. Then what are the general provisions? They prescribe GLP for conducting non-clinical laboratory studies that support research and marketing permits of products and regulated by the FDA. Okay, it should be applicability. It should have applicability to the studies performed under grants and contracts. And inspection of the testing facility should be done at regular intervals. Most of the times, good laboratory practices, whether they are performing or not properly, that is judged by the WHO, then US FDA, then Indian FDA. All these audits are being performed at regular intervals at the end of the year. Okay, whether the industry is performing the tests and experiments properly or not, whether they are maintaining the data properly or not, whether the product is up to the mark or not. These are all products are all parameters are tested. Then for second is the organization and personnel. Organization, personnel, testing facility management, study director and quality assurance unit. These are the parameters which are present in the organization and the personnel who is working in the personnel means the persons who are working, individuals who are working in the industry from right from the CEO of the company and the security guard of the company. All the personnels have the fixed job. Okay. Now, organization, what are the functions of the organization? Identification of quality activities is the first function of the organization. The whole organization or the whole industry, what is the main function? Identification of quality activities. Then dividing the jobs among the personnel. Okay. Then define the authority and responsibility of each job and relationship of each job with other jobs. ओके, म्हणजे प्रत्येक माणसाला जे काही रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दिलेली असते ती रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी तो माणूस व्यवस्थित पार करतोय का नाही, पूर्ण करतोय नाही, दॅट इज बीइंग एक्सप्लेन्ड इन द manuals and they have to perform it accordingly. Okay, so then coordinate the work of internal departments and outside agencies. That is also is the first job of the organization. Now, what is the job of the personnel? Each individual engaged in the conduct or supervision of non-clinical laboratory studies should have education, then training, then general training, specific training, experience or combination. Then personal sanitation and health precautions should be followed by the personnel who are working in the laboratories or in that industry. Testing facility management. A sufficient number of qualified personnel, then appropriate facilities, equipments and materials are available for the conductance of the study. Okay, then records should be maintained for the of the qualifications, training and experience of the personnel and their job descriptions. Then appointment of the study director should be there. Quality assurance program with designated personnel should be conducted. What is the job of the study director? A scientist or other professional of appropriate education, training and experience should be appointed for that. And the responsibilities of the study director are approval of the protocol and study plans including amendments, then technical conduct of the study, ensure that the QA personnel and the study personnel are updated with the study plan and the SOPs, then interpretation of the data, then analysis of the data, documentation of the experiment and the work, reporting of the results to the higher authorities. This is the study of the this is the function of the study director. Then it also checks that experimental data is accurately recorded and verified. Experimental data, whether it is performed properly or not, that is being recorded by the study director. And study director is responsible for signing and date of the final report of the acceptance of the data. He is responsible togetherly for all the activities which are being performed. Next, what is the quality assurance unit? It is a individual or a group designated by management to assure that the studies are in compliance with the GLP principles or not. That is being studied by the quality assurance department. Quality assurance department also monitors the study to assure management that the facilities, equipment, personnel, methods, practices and records and controls are in conformance with the regulations. Okay, then it maintains the copies of master schedule sheet, protocols and SOPs. It has access to updated study plans and SOPs, and documented verification of compliance of the study with GLP principles is done properly. Then inspections to determine the compliance of the study with GLP principles, and three types of inspections are being carried out: study based inspections, process based inspections, facility based inspections. Determination of any deviation from the approval protocol and the report to the standard deviations and the principal investigator as well as the management. Okay, then we have to prepare the statements to be included in the final report containing the dates and the types of the inspections. This is to be carried out. What are the facilities which are there? What are the parameters for the facilities in the institution or in that organization? General facilities are to be tested. Testing system facilities are there or not. Archiving facilities are there. Archiving म्हणजे काय? Whenever you are facing any problem, troubleshooting in that instrument, in that facility, there should be a backup of that facility. There should be a backup for that facility means what? If you are handling a spectrophotometer or the HPLC, if the personnel who is working with that HPLC faces some problem in that instrument, then the person or the facility or the organization should be ready with the standby. Standby means Stepney should be there. Other HPLC system should be there, run there parallelly. If one instrument is broken down, second instrument should be there immediately for the access. Okay. Then waste disposal of the industry, animal care facilities which are used for in that pharmaceutical industries. What are the general facilities? The testing system facilities are there. Then suitable size, construction and location, adequate degree of separation of different activities. Laboratory should be well ventilated. It should be free of dust, drafts and extreme temperatures. Minimum 150 square feet of floor space and minimum 6 linear feet of usable bench space should be provided for each analyst. Each analyst should have these particular parameters works surface area. Then archive facilities, secure storage and retrieval of study plans, raw data, final report and specimens to prevent untimely deterioration. Okay, every data should be prepared in duplication. Okay, and the master copy is kept securely in the storeroom, and the other data should be working data should be there for the accessibility. If mishap occurs in the industry, such as there is fire outbreak or there is catches fire that industry, then in such cases archive facility should be there for accessibility of the data. Then waste disposal, appropriate collection and storage and disposal of the facilities and decontamination procedure should be operated in the industry properly. Now the animal care facilities. What are the animal care facilities? It should be located away from the testing laboratories, preferably in the separate building. Animal care facilities. Contamination risk is reduced by barrier system as well as the providing the clean and dirty corridors. Okay. Animals care facility should be provided in different building only from that industry, and it should be always cleaned. The separate areas for animals for animal different species and studies should be carried out. Separate areas for diagnosis, treatment and control of the laboratory animal diseases should be there, and separate veterinary doctors should be appointed for this particular job. Then lighting should be proper as light intensity and noise level is sufficient. Okay, it should maintain room temperature, humidity and air changes in the animal quarters, because animals require different types of the what happened, just a minute. Okay, the animals require specific temperature and humidity and air changes in the animal quarter should be maintained. Equipments, appropriate design and adequate facility should be there for the equipments. Equipment shall be adequately inspected, cleaned and maintained. Equipment used for the generation, measurement or assessment of the data shall be adequately tested and calibrated and standardized. Logbooks for each equipment should be there. For handling of each equipment, standard operating procedure should be written over there before any new person who is appointed there should be able to operate that instrument without any difficulty. That should be taken care. Then testing facilities operation. Standard operating procedures are there: reagent and solutions and animal care. These are coming under testing facility operation. Okay. Now standard operating procedure. These are the written documents specifying procedures for laboratory programs. Testing facility should have a written SOP approved by the management. Then SOP should be available wherever applicable, that is test and reference items, apparatus, materials and reagents, record keeping, reporting, storage and retrieval, test systems and quality assurance procedures. Any deviations from the SOP should be authorized by the standard deviation and documented in the raw data. ओके, द स्टँडर्ड ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसिजरप्रमाणे जर एखादी इन्स्ट्रुमेंट चालत नसेल तर त्याचं स्टँडर्ड डेव्हिएशन काढून लगेच रिपोर्ट करायला पाहिजे टेस्टिंग फॅसिलिटीला किंवा डायरेक्टरला की दिस इन्स्ट्रुमेंट इज नॉट फॉलोइंग द प्रिन्सिपल्स अँड यू हॅव टू calibrate that instrument or you have to validate the process again. Okay, so routine inspection should be done, cleaning, maintenance, testing and calibration should be done. Then the appropriate actions are to be taken in response to the routine failure. Okay, next, reagents and solutions. Reagents used in the operation should be specified in the SOPs. Reagents and solutions should be labeled. Okay, and it's the deteriorated or outdated reagents and solutions should not be used, and you have to store it under the ambient temperature. These are the specifications for the reagents and solutions. Animal care. The SOPs for housing, feeding and handling and care of the animal should be done. Animals should be free of any disease. If during the course of study animals contract a disease, then the diseased animals shall be isolated. Okay. Then diagnosis, authorization of treatment, description and date of the treatment shall be documented and retained. It should be documented and retained. Animals of different species should be housed in separate rooms whenever necessary. The animal cages, the racks and the accessory equipment should be cleaned and sanitized at appropriate intervals. Then testings and control articles. The test and control article characterization are the parameters: test and control article handling and mixture of articles with carriers. Okay, test and control article characterization मध्ये काय येतं बघा, the identity, strength, purity and composition or other characteristics of test and control article It should be determined and documented for each batch of the product. Then the methods of synthesis, fabrication or derivation shall be documented by the sponsor or the testing facility. Stability of each test and control is determined. Okay. Storage conditions are maintained and each storage container shall be labeled by name, chemical abstract number or batch number. Test and control article handling. There should be proper storage handling procedures of test and control article ensures that the proper storage is done. Minimum risk of contamination and deterioration of damage is being conducted. Receipt and distribution of each batch is documented or not. Then documentation includes date and quantity of each batch distributed or returned back. Mixture of articles with the carriers. Appropriate analytical methods should be conducted for determination of uniformity of mixture, then concentration of the test and control of article in the mixture. Stability of the mixture is determined. Expiration date should be written on the container. Then protocols for the conduct of non-clinical laboratory study. Then protocol and the conduct of the non-clinical study. These are the parameters over there. Protocol मध्ये काय काय बघा. Contents of protocol. What are the contents? Identification, title and statement of the purpose. Identification of the test items. Names and addresses of the sponsor, testing facilities and test sites. Name of the study director and the personnel. The proposed dates. Justification for selection of the test system. Description of the test system and experimental design. Then conduction of the non-clinical laboratory study. Study shall be conducted in accordance with the protocols. Information of the specimens should be present on the container to avoid error in the recording and storage of data. All the data generated shall be recorded directly, promptly and legibly by ink. Okay, when master copy, obsolete copy, working copy, all should be present in the form of stamps. Then the records and reports. Reporting of non-clinical results and the storage, retrieval and retention of the records and data. These are the parameters of records and reports. Final reports will contain information on the sponsor and testing facilities, experimental starting and completion dates, objectives and procedures stated in the protocol including the changes in protocol, description of materials and the test methods. A quality assurance program statement should be written. Storage of the specimens, reference items, raw data and final report should be ensured. Then storage, retrieval and retention. Archives should be there for orderly storage and expedient of all the raw data, documentation, protocols, specimens and final reports. Index of the material should be prepared. Then master schedule sheet, copies of the protocols, records of the quality assurance inspection shall be maintained by the quality assurance unit. Okay, the wet specimens and the samples of test and control articles shall be retained until the quality of the preparation affords evaluation. Then last step is that if any study plan is disposed of before expiry, the reason is to be justified and documented. Now the conclusion, if you can see here, GLP is a good laboratory practices, is a FDA regulation which is accepted and approved as international standards by the OECD to avoid fraud activities of the testing laboratories for pharmaceuticals to save human and environmental health. Okay, it gives better image of company as a quality producer in global market. So these are the advantages of GLP. Also it establishes good relationship among the countries. Thank you very much. So this was all about the good laboratory practices and its parameters. Okay, if you have any doubts you can contact me on WhatsApp, and please hit the like button and subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.